we are living through such times where the suppression of rage and anger, suppression of sexual energy and desire and passion, which are healthy, have all been deemed as wrong or sinful, particularly for women. As we move through these layers of shutdown, we are able to reclaim the fullness of ourselves. Welcome to the Embodied Woman podcast with me, Rebecca Wilson. If you believe that fertile energy, creative power, and embodied, resourced, nourished women will change the world, then you are in the right place. This is a space to support you to arrive deeper into relationship with yourself and your body, to explore the multifaceted experience of womanhood. It is my mission to guide women back into connection with their natural essence, to become the living embodiment of their true nature. Are you ready to join a community of women who are taking responsibility for our lives, our energy, women who are centered and rooted in ourselves, connected to our womb space and deeply nourished on a cellular level? If so, let's begin into this week's episode. Welcome to the community, my love. Hello, beautiful woman. Welcome back to the Embodied Woman podcast. In today's episode, we are diving deep into the reclamation of sensation and the journey of moving beyond numbness. Many women come into my world and my work and share and express with me that they are or have been feeling for some time this state of what they describe as numbness. Now, they're often believing this means that they are not feeling anything at all. However, it is important for us to recognize that numbness itself is a feeling and a sensation. It is an emotional state in our bodies. And to me, as a facilitator and a guide, it speaks volumes to where that individual may be currently in their body, their emotional range, their nervous system, and potentially their mineral patterns too. Through my work of resourcing, embodiment, and somatic healing, and nervous system regulation, and remineralization, these practices and modalities offer pathways for women to take this journey of reclaiming sensation, moving out of states of numbness and disconnection and back into presence, groundedness, and full-bodied awareness. I'd like to take you on a journey of understanding numbness. So numbness manifests in a variety of forms and ways in our physical and emotional bodies. Emotionally, it can manifest as feelings of detached from life, detachment from situations, people, and even our own emotions. This can then often translate into a sense of emptiness or hollowness. And these are often experiences that I hear from women that I support on this journey out of numbness and back into embodied awareness. Sometimes clients can share with me that they struggle to connect to their feelings. They're unable to identify or express emotions such as joy or anger or sadness, rage, happiness, and that they are unable to journey through that sliding scale or range of emotions that are a natural part of life and being human. There's often a journey of unraveling here that happens. If we have lived in a culture or a family unit or an environment that has at some point in time, in some way, deemed these emotions as wrong or bad, as unhelpful, not a priority to feel, a burden, then they can often become suppressed because some part of us feels that we may be rejected or abandoned or cast out from the family unit or the tribe or the people that we associate with if we feel such a range of feelings. This suppression then leads us into this state of emotional numbness and disconnection from ourselves, which often takes us into a space of disembodiment. This suppression can manifest in this way emotionally, but it can also manifest physically as the body carries the weight of unexpressed and unprocessed emotions. That which we are unable to digest often lives undigested in our belly. And that which we're not able to stomach can often manifest as aches and pains in our stomach, digestive tract. And we can also carry the weight of grief or sadness in our chest or in our upper back, and many other parts of our body that can carry and hold on to these unexpressed experiences or emotions of life. Physical numbness is another layer of this experience. It can appear as a disconnection from bodily sensations. And as women, it greatly impacts our connection to our hearts, womb, and that innate feminine energy and essence that is true for most women, a true home of where they and their soul would choose to reside. Now, this disconnection often extends to a diminished capacity for empathy and compassion. And that flows in two directional waves, flows towards the self, and it also can flow externally to others. There can be a sense of coldness or harshness when we are in this physical and emotional disconnection and numbness. We are unable to access apathy and compassion, and we lose our ability to empathize, to be sensitive towards our own experiences of life and then the experiences of others that we are in relationship to. Now, this internal experience, often felt as a struggle, can accumulate into what is known more widely as functional freeze or a sense of fawn or freeze in the nervous system. And this is ultimately a state of internal collapse or shutdown. So this leads us to explore the nervous system and numbness. Emotional numbness profoundly impacts and affects our nervous system and the health of our nervous system. It can manifest and create a sense of detachment from reality, making life feel like we're in an observation. We are the observer. We are almost outside of life, witnessing it, rather than being an active participant in life. Now, this state can bring about feelings of separation, disassociation, disembodiment, and can sometimes be accompanied by a desire or a wish to escape the physical body or even escape earthly existence. Having such disconnections from the nervous system can often lead to lack of motivation, drive, a stifling of creativity, a loss of curiosity, engagement, and interaction with life and other people, a low kind of desire for the experience that life has to offer, as the whole system has either slowed or shut down, is in a state of freeze. It's frozen in time. It does not feel able to be an active participant in the forward moving motion of life, in the multi-dynamic experience of being human and being in relationship to self and others. And ultimately, from a place of self-preservation, the body, emotions, and nervous system have shut down, frozen to feel safe. Embodiment, somatic awareness, and nervous system regulation are the pathways towards healing through these states of disconnection, disassociation, and numbness. Throughout the practice of embodiment, many women share with me that they take a journey of reclaiming their feelings, emotions, and sensations, particularly those that have been deemed wrong, bad, burdensome, or sinful. Many women that I work with journey on reclaiming the more societally known taboo feelings and emotions for women. And I do not agree here with any emotion or feeling being taboo for anyone. However, we are living in or through such times where the suppression of rage and anger, which are healthy, suppression of sexual energy and desire and passion, which are healthy, have all been deemed as wrong or sinful, particularly for women. As we move through these layers of shutdown in our body and nervous system, we are able to reclaim the fullness of ourselves. And that is being able to inhabit our bodies whilst feeling a full range of varied emotions and being able to stay rooted and regulated whilst doing so. As we do traverse this pathway and move beyond states of numbness, we open ourselves to reconnect to the body's internal world and inner landscape. And it is a vibrant, alive place, because that is the human experience. If you are resonating with some of this and you're wondering whether you have been in a state of disconnection, numbness, and disassociation, let me share now a few signs so that you may be able to recognize if you are in or moving through some of these states in your own life. So the signs of numbness and nervous system shutdown, freeze, fawn, disconnection, and disassociation can manifest as reduced empathy. So this is where you may find it challenging to empathize with others' emotions or feelings, find it challenging to empathize with yourself and your own emotional experiences, or you have a reduced capacity to connect emotionally with people around you. There's physical numbness. Sometimes emotional numbness can manifest as physical sensations of numbness or tingling, often without any medical explanation. This sensation might occur in our limbs or other parts of our body, and this is often deeply connected to the health and the vibrancy and fluidity of our nervous system. You may have challenges in making decisions. You find decision making difficult. Often when in this state of disconnection and numbness, many women share that they feel indecisive. They have trouble or challenges making choices. And I often consider that this is possibly due to an inability to connect to their true voice, needs, desires, and emotions related to the decision that they are trying to make. They're unable to connect to what it is that truly is a yes or no for themselves. It can manifest as a feeling of being disconnected from reality. This often arrives with a sense of detachment from your surroundings, your life, often described as a feeling that you are observing life rather than actively participating in it. Like you are out of your body, watching yourself, watching other people, watching the world go by, but somehow you're not in that experience. It can also manifest as feelings of low motivation or lack of interest in anything. This can be that the experience of lack of motivation or interest in activities or hobbies or passions that you once were engaged in and found enjoyable. You may also lack interest or motivation to find new hobbies or experiences. This often goes hand in hand with that disconnection from creativity, curiosity, and that kind of aim to grow and learn. There can also be low motivation for nurturing relationships, friendships with family and partners, a lack of desire or interest to relate and connect in that way. In my own journey of moving from numbness to embodied sensation, I found that embodiment practices, somatic healing, body scanning, and remineralization have been profoundly powerful and life-changing. They have definitely offered a pathway for myself to reclaim bodily sensations and transition out of a state of numbness, disassociation, and more deeply out of that state of observing life from a bird's eye view. I very much lived for long periods of time, feeling out of my body, watching and observing life like I was not actively participating. And through the full-bodied approach of somatic healing, nervous system regulation, embodiment, self-care practices, and remineralization, I've been able to travel back into a state of presence, groundedness, and connection to the myriad of sensations and feelings that are alive within the landscape of my body. I struggled for many years in this feeling of emotional detachment. I was disconnected from relationships with myself, and then in turn, relationship to friends, family, and to life. I very much sat in the seat of disconnection to many and all things. I would wake often in the morning with feelings of emptiness or hollowness in my body and my chest, which led me to this sense of apathy, slowness, lack of interest in pretty much anything. When I was in that stage and season of my life and my healing journey, I really struggled to connect to my feelings and my emotions. I didn't really know how I felt or what I felt on a day-to-day basis. I found it challenging to articulate my emotions, or was so completely disconnected from them that I couldn't feel anything from joy to anger. There was just this empty space of nothingness. It didn't just manifest for me as a mental experience. It really did live in my physical body too. My body began to hold all of these unexpressed and unprocessed emotions from my life experiences. And they would show up in my health, my ability to digest food, to absorb nutrients from food. It manifests as challenges with my menstrual cycle, challenges with my bleed, painful or heavy cycles, different kind of rhythms, short cycles, long cycles, intense PMS. And I often felt like my body was trying to call me back into feeling by having these manifestations of aches, pains, hormonal imbalances, digestive disruptions, an inability to eat a huge amounts of different foods. My diet was a very, very small window of foods that I could have. And I lost the sensation in my body, my heart, and I was unable to really open and feel and connect to love. And of course, deeply in my womb space and my feminine energy too. I was disconnected from pleasure, ease, and joy as I was living in this constant state of shutdown. I was the ultimate frozen being. And therefore, I wasn't really inhabiting my body or my life fully. Throughout traversing this journey, I've come to learn that numbness is a very complex experience and often stems from trauma, stressful life experiences, overwhelm, burnout, fatigue, mineral imbalances, and nervous system dysregulation. Things that many of us experience through different seasons and chapters of our lives. And although it is normalized within modern culture, this does not have to be anybody's lived experience. As we take the journey of cultivating inner resources, balancing mineral levels, exploring somatic, body-led healing practices, learning tools to support and regulate our nervous system, we're able to be guided back into this felt sensation of inhabiting our body fully. So, my love, if this has resonated with you, let me ask you, are you ready to step out of numbness and into embodied vitality? If you are, then I welcome you on the journey. Let me be your guide. The doors for the autumn cohort of Embodied Woman group immersion are open. The Embodied Woman is a sacred invitation to women to reconnect to their body's wisdom. Over the 6-month mentorship, we'll explore the root cause protocol, dive deep into your own unique HTMA, hair tissue mineral analysis testing, remineralize your body and cells, cultivate embodied radiance, somatic awareness through resourcing practices, and energetic and emotional clearing. Now, the doors for the Embodied Woman group mentorship open only twice a year. There's just 2 intakes each year. And the seats in that space are limited. It is not a vast capacity space because the journey is intimate, deep, nourishing. And so if you are feeling that call, you've resonated with this and you're ready to take that journey to reclaim sensation and move beyond states of numbness, I welcome you to join us. I will pop the link of the mentorship details in the show notes of this episode, so you can scroll on down, click the link and read more. In the show notes, I will also add in a link to book a connection call with me, should you want to connect with me further and you have any questions to ask about the journey. And there will also be a link there to connect with me on Instagram. I love to hear off you, hear what maybe has resonated for you throughout this episode or any of the other episodes that I share. And I just want to offer a moment to take a deep breath in and let it all go. Beautiful. Take some time to arrive into connection to your body, even if it is just for a few breaths after listening to this and taking this journey with me. If anything comes up for you, please do reach out. I am here to support and to guide. But I'm sending love. Have a beautiful day. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. If you loved this episode, please share it far and wide with your sisterhood and community. You can dive deep into all of my offerings via rebecca-wilson.com. Links to all offerings are below in the show notes of this episode. If you would love to support the podcast, please like, subscribe, download, and share the episodes so my work and this message can reach more women around the world. Remember, my love, you are here to live a life fully, deeply inhabiting your body and your divine nature. I am here to show you how. Hey love, I'm just dropping in to share that the doors are open for the waitlist for the next round of Embodied Woman group mentorship. This is a journey like no other, a deep dive into embodiment, somatic awareness, self-honoring and healing practices, the journey of remineralization, awakening your feminine energy and restoring the resources within your heart, body, wombs, cells, and overall vitality. This is my signature program, which launches twice a year. There are limited spaces for the intake. If you're feeling the call, head on down to the show notes in this episode, click the link and join the waitlist where you will receive more information soon. Hope you enjoyed the episode of this podcast. Sending you so much love. Have a beautiful, vital, and nourishing day.